All right, so we are recording all of this, you guys, so if there's a session that you want to see a replay on, or maybe a session that you weren't in here in, but you wanted to watch it, just reach out to me and I'll make sure that you get the recording of it, okay? Awesome. So, who's ready for some Google ads? Dude, I'm not working for that. I'm not working for that. Come on, guys, who's ready to fill their pipeline with millions in Google ads? There we go, guys. That's awesome. All right, so I talked to you earlier about the benefit of a Performance Max campaign, right? We talked about what they can do, where you can be seen on it. I want to show you some more results from a Performance Max campaign. This is a roofing company that I work with. From August 11th to September 11th, we had 52 leads that came in from a Performance Max campaign. On this particular campaign, we were spending $20 a day for 52 leads, and we're only targeting Arizona. So again, can you see the power behind a Performance Max campaign for your business? Yes, are you ready to create one right now? Let's do it. You did miss something. We talked about a Performance Max campaign when I talked earlier this morning. A Performance Max campaign is really where you're on Google. It sets up exactly like a Facebook ad, but it lets you expose your ad to all of the Alphabet Incorporated products. So you're on YouTube, you're on Gmail, you're on Drive, you're on Console, you're on Gmail. It's like you're dropping them an email right into their inbox. So Performance Max campaign is what I use for all of my clients. And it really allows us to just optimize and dial in the lead section. You bet. So let's jump into it. Guys, if you don't have a Google My Business listing yet, the easiest way for you to jump into this is just to Google Performance Max campaigns, right? When you do, this is the page that's going to come up. You go ahead and hit Start Now. And we're going to start a new ad account because we don't want to put this on any of my clients' accounts. Yours, I don't have yours up there. So to create the first campaign, it just says in a few simple steps, you're going to add your business information, create your ads, and set your budget. Right now we have a different company in there, but we're just going to put in Wild Growth, okay? For a company name. And then for our website, www.wildgrowthzoo. And then here it asks us, do we want to send the traffic to our Facebook, our business profile page, our business phone number, or an app download? In this case, we're going to the business website, right? We'll go ahead and hit next. So from here is where they tell us, well, what do we really want to look for? We have accounts that are already linked. So here's the YouTube channel, the Google My Business profile, and the US phone number. All of those are good. I'm going to keep those the same. But if you've never set up a Performance Max campaign before, you're going to want to link your YouTube channel so your ads will appear on your YouTube channel. You're going to want to link your Google My Business profile so that more traffic is driven to that Google My Business profile and more consumers are calling you with their direct need right when they need it. Does this all make sense up to this point? Great, you guys look like you're asleep. Wake up. All right, so now we get to choose what is our goal for this campaign. Do we want purchases? Do we want people to submit a lead form? Do we want page views? Do we want brand awareness? I will tell you, with Google Ads, if you go straight for the gusto and you start with submit a lead form, you're gonna spend too much money and you're gonna feel like it doesn't work. Let me repeat that. If you go straight for the gusto and you go straight to lead ads, when you first start ads on Google, you're going to be wasting your money. The reason for that is, if it was me and I was building this campaign, I would want to start with page views. I would want to drive as much and as heavy traffic as page views to land on my website, because the people that need it, they're going to bite with those page views, right? The people that don't need it, or maybe they aren't ready for it, that's when I come back in with the retargeting. Is this all making sense? Perfect. It's called an ads funnel. Just like with everything else, there's a sales funnel. There's the same thing with your ads. You start top of the funnel for engagement and awareness, middle of the funnel for your call to action, and bottom of the funnel for your conversions. Does this make sense? Perfect. Page views is they're actually landing on your page. Brand awareness is that they just might see your ad and not necessarily engage with it. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and go with the page views because I want to be sending as much traffic to that page as possible. In the search themes, you guys, search themes is actually where you're going to put your keywords. That's where all 25 of your keywords are going to go. Your location, just depending on what you're doing, will depend on what your location is, right? If you're a service-based business, you're not going to want your location to be the entire country. If you're a real estate agent, you absolutely want your location to be the entire country because there are 258 people a day moving to Arizona. Does this all make sense? Languages is not something that I get into a whole lot because I don't have a lot of overseas clients. But they are there, and basically it will just translate your ad into any language that is available. All right. All right, so this says let Google AI help you generate assets, and I have been leaning into this so much. The one thing I don't let them generate assets for is I don't let them create my headlines or my descriptions, but I let them create pictures for me. They'll take pictures off your website, off your landing page, and then put them into a video for you, and it's all done through their AI. Take advantage of it, guys. Those videos are killing it on YouTube right now. So we have, where will people go when they click on your ad? Obviously, that's our landing page because that's what we asked for when we were telling it what our objective was, right? The next is what products or services are you advertising in this campaign? So if you're a real estate agent, you have home evaluations, you have buyer guides, you have seller guides. Those are all services you can be promoting in your ad. If you are a healthcare specialist, all the different types of healthcare that you can touch on, right? Because there's cognitive brain therapy, there's talk therapy, there's semiotic therapy, there's all these different therapies. You can be putting that in there, and when people are searching for those, your ad's gonna come up. Right? So what makes your product or service unique? Guys, make that as keyword heavy as you possibly can. The more keywords that you have in here, the more your ads are going to get pushed out. Is this making sense? Do we understand what the whole objective of a Google ad is? It's keywords. You have to have the keywords in place. Okay. So we're just going to skip that part. Now here is our headlines. You have you can have up to, I believe it's 15 headlines. Yeah, you can have up to 15 headlines with a Performance Max campaign. Again, the headlines are keywords in a sentence, right? So you want headlines that are under 30 characters, but still explain what you're doing. Houses for sale in AZ, new rooftop in AZ, monsoon damage, right? There's all these keywords you can be using. For long headlines is get your new dream home in Arizona, right? Because we can have up to 90 characters on our long headlines. Again, another spot where you can have 15 of them. Utilize those. Don't just put in one headline and be like, oh, my ad's done. Use all 15 headlines because, again, it's more keywords that push out to your dream audience that take action on what they're looking for right then and there. Does this make sense? Yeah? Correct. And what happens is when your ad's up and running, and I'll show you this with my Romco, it's going to tell you these are called assets, right? Your keywords are called assets, your pictures are called assets, your videos are called assets. They're going to tell you which asset is performing the best based on a ranking of low, good, better, and best. Make sense? Who has questions? Nobody has questions. Great. Are we absorbing this, or is it just too late at the end of the day? Yeah? You have to be very particular on the headlines you use because you're in health and wellness space And Google's like, do not make our people feel bad for themselves. Anything you do and say that makes them feel bad for themselves, you're out. So the words you use, here's what I would do is I would go to ChatGPT and say, I'm a health and wellness provider. Give me 10 strong headlines that are keyword heavy. Give me 10 long descriptions that are keyword heavy, right? And then you can go into those and really make them yours, but they're gonna give you the basis. So if you're gonna do that, let me show you the absolute hands down best platform to do it on. Have you ever heard of Uber Suggest? Guys, Uber Suggest is one of my favorite platforms. Who's heard of Neil Patel? 3 people have heard of Neil Patel. Go Google Neil Patel. He is the GOAT of digital marketing, hands down. He purchased this platform from Google. He purchased Uber Suggest from Google and put his name on it. Let me show you the power of Uber Suggest. Sir, that asked that question, what industry are you in? You're a mortgage guy, great. So we're gonna do home loans in AZ. So right off the bat, just to let you know what we're looking at here, we have our search volume. That's gonna tell us how many people are searching in the United States this exact keyword phrase in 28 days. So we have 720 in the United States. Our SEO difficulty. The SEO difficulty means how hard is it to rank organically on SEO? The closer to 1, the easier it is to rank. The closer to 100, the harder it is to rank. We have our paid difficulty. So about how many people are bidding in this category that I have to compete against. And then what is my cost per click looking at? In this particular cost per click, we're looking at $20.02. This is not necessarily a keyword campaign that I would support. If I had 25 keywords and 20 of my 25 keywords are at $20 cost per click, my campaign is going to be astronomical. My cost per click is going to be upwards of $40. But if I have 10 keywords that are $20 and I have 10 keywords that are around 15 cents, my cost per click is going to be this. Let me show you. So this was probably one of the higher campaigns that I ran with high cost per click keywords. And let's take it off of all time so it doesn't look like we spent 10 grand. There we go. In the last 30 days, this roofing company had 15 leads. We paid $1.41 to get that lead to their landing page, because I was able to mix my high-priced keywords and my low-priced keywords and create the perfect campaign for them. Does this make sense? I see some heads nodding. Yeah, okay, good. I'm sorry, what was that? So unfortunately, there's just always tire kickers with Google, right? You have your 3-monthers, your 6-monthers, your 9-monthers. There's really no way to gauge intent based off of user experience. The ads and the words that you use in the ads are what's going to push your user intent. So offers, down payment assistance programs, things like that. What question do you have?
How do you vet people like with those things? Like a roofer, you don't have to qualify them to do the roof. But like for us, if we do an ad, like I can get a bunch of leads, like 1,000 leads. So let's say only 2 are actually qualified.
There is never a bad lead. Maybe they're not qualified right now, but they might be qualified in 6 months. They might be qualified in a year. That's where your automation and follow-up, they say the riches are in the follow-up. So there is no bad lead. They raised their hand for a reason. Something interested them. It's up to you to sell them. That's your job as a real estate agent. Joni, what can I answer for you?
So if I'm constantly being told I have $500 credit for Google Ads, should I do that? Should I trust them?
Yeah, Google always offers promotions, right? So in this particular case, they're going to say spend $500, get a $500 ad credit. So it's almost like a wash of what you spend on your ads, but they're not giving you money back. Sometimes they'll do spend $1,000, get a $1,500 ad credit. It just depends on the vertical you're in, the amount of people bidding in that vertical, and the amount of people not in that vertical, if that makes sense. All right. So we were talking about building the campaign, headlines, short description, images, logos. So images and logos you're going to put in just like you would a Facebook ad, right? Business name, videos, site links. Guys, let's talk about site links because site links are something that's starting to happen on the Facebook platform as well. Site links are super, super easy to create. You know, you might be sitting in your Google ad and you're like, well, I can't do this part. I don't have any site links. You do have site links. When you go to your website and you have that contact us push button, that's a site link. When you go to your website and you have the blog, that's a site link. There's all these different pages that are connected to your website that you can be putting in here to offer your promotions that are site links. So you just gotta go to, you have your home page that you're driving traffic to. What's on page 2? Tell them what's on page 2 and why they should look at it. That's a site link. Is this making sense? Everybody following along? Do you guys feel like you can go and build a Google ad yet? No. It's just another part of a landing page within your website. And maybe you're running a funnel and you don't have a site link yet, so your thank you page would be one of those, right? Or if you don't have even a thank you page and it's just the funnel, then you use that same URL, but you give it different meaning. And one site link is the same URL, but it says, get your Arizona dream home. And then another site link is the same URL, but it says, new home buyers, best time to purchase. Make sense? Exactly. All right. I believe next is budget, and I don't think, because I haven't put in all the headlines and stuff, they're not, and keywords, they're not gonna tell us our budget, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. When you have all your keywords in here, when you have all your headlines in here, when you have all your descriptions, your site links, everything, the next up is your budget. With a Performance Max campaign, Google is going to give you a good, a better, and a best for you to choose from for your daily budget. The good, the better, and the best, of course, each one, it's going to tell you what you can expect to receive from that in clicks, right? Well, I know being an ad specialist is that we're not getting over 500 clicks in a month. We're not going to get leads. In fact, you've seen, we've got to be up there in the 3,000, 4,000 click range in order to get around 22 leads, right? So we usually start in the middle range, which is usually around a $25. I've seen the real estate agent I showed you this morning, right? When we started her campaign, we started at $25 a day, but Google gave us $4.06 option, $12.06 option, and $26.06 option. We started at the $26.06 option because, again, we wanted to push as much traffic as we could to it and then optimize based off of who filled out the lead forms that, yes, those were our correct people. I see some heads nodding. This is good. So Google makes it really easy for you to understand your budget. They give you a good, better, and best. If you don't like any of those, you can make your own custom, and they're still going to tell you what you can expect from that campaign. Sound good? So after you set your budget, the only other thing that you'd be working on at that point is putting your meta tags in place. I don't use Google Analytics. It's now G4. I don't use that anymore. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I use meta tags. And Google makes it so easy for you guys. Go build your campaign, push publish on your campaign, and then click the little help button in the upper right-hand corner. You've been assigned a Google account manager, and they can put those tags on for you. Just for running a Google campaign. So I know I covered a lot with Google. What questions can I answer?
You're running where are you directing, or I guess it probably depends on the agent, but
a funnel. It's always a funnel. It's never their website. It's always a funnel. And the reason for that is because we want to create a message that speaks to your niche, right? So the real estate agent that you saw from this morning that had 27 leads in a 28-day period, we were targeting first-time home buyers. We were sending people to a funnel that it was a very ugly funnel to boot. But all it said was, are you looking for homes in Gilbert, Arizona under $500,000? Is that going to appeal to a first-time home buyer? Heck yeah, it is, and especially in Gilbert, Arizona. That's why we're able to get 27 leads in 1 month.
In her case, they actually filled out the information.
They filled out the information, yeah, because they want that list of homes.
What do you recommend for the funnels, like ClickFunnels or what?
No, I actually use Go High Level, and when you run ads with us, which is a perfect transition, guys. So listen. We've covered a lot today, right? We've covered Google ads, we've covered Facebook ads, we've covered LinkedIn, we've covered organic. We got to have some good times with the foster kids, but realistically, Wild Growth was created to help you have the tools to move the needle in your business. Now, I can understand Facebook ads are frustrating, right? I remember the first time I looked at a Google ad and I was like, I can't do this. What is this? This is nonsense. Well, we don't need it to be frustrating for you guys. That's where I come in. I have a 90-day done-for-you system where we take over not just your Google ads, not just your Facebook ads, but we also take over any postcard mailing, right? Because you really have to have a trifecta in advertising in order to make it work. So we want to make sure that we're providing that for you. So you see these backpacks up here, and these backpacks up here are for you to come and take a seat at my table, to join my community where we do the done for you for 90 days, and we make sure that you're getting the leads just like you saw today. We make sure we're filling your pipeline with millions of dollars in leads. And it doesn't take much. It takes you coming up, grabbing a backpack, and letting me know that you're ready to move the needle in your business. Sound good? We have a taker? He said, I'm already in. So we have one, guys, and really on a 90 days, you would think, oh my God, what is she charging? It's not $5,000. 90 days, it's not $5,000. It's not even $4,000. What we do is $1,500 a month. If you make the decision that you want me to run your ads today, I'm gonna take 25% right off the top. So all 3 months, at $1,500 a month, and then we're taking 20% right off the top. I think it comes to like $4,050 for a Google ad expert to run your ads and fill your pipeline with $1 million in leads. Oh, 36. See, I'm no good at math. It's even better. It's 36,000 instead of 4,050, right? So now is the time. Now is the time to take the action. Now is the time to move the needle in your business, and now is the time to let me run your ads for you. You guys, it has been incredible to serve you today with Wild Growth. I'm so fortunate for all of you to be here, and that's all I have for you today.